Hi, my name is Justin Gray, and I'm making this video for you from Kolkata, India, where I've been living for the last 6 months, studying and performing traditional North Indian classical raga music. I'm performing this music on the Bass Veena, which is an invention of my own, and built by Canadian Luthier Les Godfrey. The Bass Veena is an electric fretless bass that I've customized to include a sympathetic harp, drone strings, and a very specific tuning, as well as a very specific tone to allow the music to come to life in a traditional form, but also respecting the electric nature of the instrument and trying to get the purest tone as possible. The Bass Veena has 3 separate outputs: a piezo pickup, a magnetic pickup, and another piezo pickup under the harp. This allows me to completely isolate each channel and get the exact tone that I want, and the only way to make this possible, not only within a portable means, but within the quality of sound that I was looking for, was by using Logic Pro. For Logic Pro, any 3 channels being used either for recording or just being used in a live setting is of no issue at all, and the Apogee Duet is truly the piece that is bringing this all together. Because the Duet only takes 2 channels, I'm using 2 Apogee Duets as an aggregate device in my Macbook Pro, and Logic is reading it just fine. I've had absolutely no clocking issues whatsoever, and I have the ability to have two things right on stage, and rather than putting volume knobs on my instrument and preamps and trying to mix the tones together, I have three completely separate channels that at any time I can adjust, at any time I can mute, at any time I can bring the volume up or down. And in Logic I have preset EQs and mix for all of them. Then I'm sending the balance signal from the Duet. The first one I'm sending through a Radio Pro RMP reamper so that that balance signal can turn into an instrument line level signal, and it goes into my Mark Bass 6-inch speaker for my stage monitor, rehearsals, and small gigs. And then in order to go to the house speakers, I'm using the second Duet stereo output. Both I'm just using as mono because for this instrument it's not required to be stereo, but I'm using the second one to send again through the Radial Twin ISO, which is a DI that takes a balance signal and also sends a balance signal. That way I can send the same signal, or sometimes a subtly separately mixed signal, so that I can have a stage EQ as well as a live house EQ. And that way I can send the signal from the second Duet to the house. Another feature that the Duets are allowing me to have is on-stage ability of level, because my amp is usually a little bit further away and I'm sitting in a position, as you'll see in the performance that I do, where it's not very easy to move around the stage and fiddle with the knobs of an amplifier. So I'm using the Duet for my send signal on both. I can tailor to the house, I can tailor to the amp. I can also mute just the amp or mute just the house, and on top of that, just the ability to also record while I'm playing live and listen back, or even use it for different purposes. I've added some tracks to my website, etc. The Apogee Duet is just doing it all, so it's truly a wonder of technology. The preamps are incredible and getting a depth of sound that I've never been able to experience before. And I'm going to perform for you now an Alaap Jhala in Raga Shri, which is the traditional introduction to an Indian classical performance. And again, this is the Bass Veena, and it's my great pleasure to share with you how I'm using these Apogee Duets.